Hello everyone and welcome back to Krypto18. If you watched the last episode, today we're going to be doing something a lot safer, and that is playing with the new xycraft blocks. I've made my little farm setup as usual. One straw golem, one speedy wood golem to pick up all the seeds and the wheat, and I've just been kind of testing it out. And straw golems do understand how green xycraft soil works. Now, in some places there are two of it, because I understood, I believe correctly. Whoa, whoa, whoa there, wood golem. Turns out he's really fast. I mean, really fast. That wasn't even on the ground for a few seconds. Alright, maybe I can't actually show you this, because I don't want him to get trapped in a hole. But under the middle, it's two xycraft soil blocks stacked together. Because I read somewhere that if you stack the soil blocks, it'll actually make the grass grow more. And the thing with the soil is that you don't need a hoe, and you don't need water sources. It'll grow fast on its own. I believe the more that you stack on top of each other, the faster it grows. But I don't really care about speed. I just want there to be like infinite wheat and seeds going on. And that's exactly what's happening. Straw golem knows how to replant. Wood golem knows what to do. Perfect. I don't really know why I want that. I think basically because I heard the guys saying that the cow farm ran out of wheat. So perhaps I can help provide that again because I do like my leather. Anyway, here we go. Valve blocks. How do you make these? Well, easily enough. Any kind of engineering brick, some iron bars, and a bucket. And then I believe if you right-click the valves, they do different things. I could be wrong. I forget how you do this. But anyway, I made a bunch of this black engineering brick, which is just dark xycraft and redstone, which I believe is what you need to do to actually make a xycraft tank. So we're going to see how this works today. And why am I doing a xycraft tank? Well, because, man, these iron tanks are expensive. And I also want to see how well these things work. So, what are we going to put in this tank? I'm going to tell you right now. Short mead, because I was looking at it, and it turns out that short mead is on the liquid registry. And, unfortunately, short mead doesn't stack, so it was kind of difficult to put all of that in there. Unfortunately, there is some sort of glitch with short mead, wherein if I try to add more to it, it'll just... Oh, well now it works. Maybe I need a relog to do it. No, it'll say that item is different, but obviously it isn't. And unfortunately, for some reason, when I drink short mead, it doesn't have any effect at all, so I don't really know what's going on. But since it is a liquid, I might as well make this tank here. Oh. Store it. Because, obviously, I could be making a lot of it with all the excess honeydew I have. And that sounds like a fun idea. Why don't I just hook up a liquid duct? Oh, wait a minute. Let's actually make this tank bigger, because the cool thing with the xycraft tanks is that they can be pretty much any size. Minimum 1 empty space in the middle, maximum 20 by 20. So that's ridiculously massive. We don't need a 20 by 20 tank, like, ever. I don't think, anyway. But we might as well make it one more high. I mean, yeah, again, I could be using iron for this, but let's just save on the iron and actually see how good these tanks are. I think that it has to be engineering blocks and glass viewers, if I'm not mistaken. Although, I believe you could also do it as long as all the blocks are, in fact, the same sort of block. Then it would understand. Okay. So I got some more valves here. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, hold shift for more info. Yes. Okay, this doesn't tell me how to change input-output. The reason there's a valve on the bottom is that according to Mr. Dieworld20, who, of course, you know, I watch, if you put a valve in the bottom, that's what stores the liquid data. So if ever I was to accidentally, say, break my tanks... Oh, and this should actually be down another level now that I'm looking at things. If I ever broke my tank, for any reason, as long as the valve in the very bottom of the tank was never broken, the tank would always keep the liquid data inside of it. So that essentially means that it's a good idea to have one extra valve in the bottom, just in case of emergencies, you know. And I tend to be the kind of Minecraft player who seems to run into a lot of emergencies, if you've noticed. Whether it's my fault or not, I think it's my style, I guess. Everybody has a style, so I'm not gonna fight too much with that. I'm just gonna say that's how it is. I should probably be working on getting better But, anyway, no, not there. Let's talk about what this should look like. Now, all you need is the base like that, and then the rest of it could all be glass viewers if I wanted to. And why don't I save the engineering bricks and start using these glass viewers, which, if you didn't know, is simply made like this. And if you noticed in my house, the glass viewers actually is glass that will all connect their texture together. So, it's very pretty. It's a lovely thing. I mean, compared to, say, microblock glass, which, of course, you can cut into pretty much any size you want, this stuff, I don't know. I think it's a nice alternative. And, is it prettier? I don't want to start fighting with what's better, right? Oh, I should probably make an item IO. I think you right-click the valve, and then it would turn into, a tank. Is that how it works? You right-click. Oh! Yeah, there we go. Multi-tank created. Oh, wait a minute. Did that just say what I think it said? I think the game might be lagging slightly. Yeah, there we go. So I could actually put an item in there, and it would actually output stuff. Okay. Let's look up IO, the item IO. Now, this is something that I would be able to use to automate, say, capsules, taking things in and out, which could be very useful. For example, if I was up above and people wanted to order a short mead, I could just... Oh, that's wrong. I could just tell it to do stuff. So, any kind of engineering brick, 4 of these, and a chest gives you an item IO. You know what? That's really useful. But where would I put it on the tank? Let's think about that for a minute. If I wanted to automate the process of short mead, where would the easiest place of putting an item IO block be? You know what? In fact, I have no clue. No clue at all, but I do think it'd be a cool idea if I used something like... I've never gotten into wireless redstone yet. And necessity is the mother of invention. I have said that before. I have no idea who I'm quoting there, so please don't fight me on that one. But, okay, I need to get... What do I need to get for the item IO? A chest. Right, that couldn't be easier. I am, like, filled with wood. Look at all this wood. Lovely, delicious wood. Just waiting for somebody to say, hey, Fwip, I'll give you ender bees for kapok planks. And then I'd be like, done and done. You want 4 stacks or 10? I will be the king of wood, I guess. I don't know. Or something extremely less suggestive, maybe. Oh, well. Point is, once I create a need for there to be, like, automatic short mead, then this IO will come in handy. And you always get 4 of them, apparently. Very interesting. Also, does anybody have any idea what to do with molten dye? Because, one thing that got updated, unfortunately, was that instead of liquid dye, you now need a magma crucible to process all the dyes, and they don't even look pretty. They all look the same. Like, this is the black dye, 23,375. The green dye, 27,000. Wait, there's more green than black? How the heck does that work? I've got stained bees making ink sacs, and only natural drones making green ones. Am I failing at dye production? I shouldn't be. This thing is... The diamond pipe is hooked up correctly. Weird. I mean... The issue is, now that it's molten dye, how do I get it into unmolten dye? I don't understand that. Okay, so... Attach a liquid duct to that tank should work. Putting an item IO to... Well, this would be... That's just basically complementary. I always have a valve on the ground. Let's say, for example, we put the item IO. There's not that much space on this tank, to be honest. Let's say right there. That seems like the, only place I could put one unless I want to carve out the wall. There. Item IO. Right-click the valve. Give it a few seconds, because I think it does lag a bit. Maybe I have to hold shift and right-click the valve? This worked last time. Oh, I don't think it likes the fact that there's an item IO in the wall structure. That would make sense. Okay, so you definitely still have to have everything in the structure make sense. Okay. In that case, I don't really know what I'm doing right now, but let's at least put the item IO maybe in the very top. If possible. I mean, it should be possible. And if I want to automate short meat production, I could have it going in and back out the same area. In fact, I could make one an input and the output be like inside the wall for some reason, if I wanted to. But that's just for kicks right now, basically. Alright, so to hook up this tank the right way, I believe we're going to need liquiducts and a lever. Now, if I'm not wrong, all my build crafty things are in this. Yes, good. Only 4 liquiducts? I'm getting sloppy on this. Oh well. Should also have some extra honeydew in one of these chests. Yes, I've got a ton of this stuff. That's why I'm making short mead, because it just makes sense. I have too much items. That's why I was putting the black dye into molten form in a tank. It's like candy storage, okay? Okay, now my issue here is, how do I get this valve to be an orange valve, unless that's not necessary and the tank will be smart. And I do know that these ones do tend to be quite smart, as in, if there's a void, if there's a liquid detector, it will actually care about where the liquid is in the tank. So that's one reason why xycraft tanks are pretty darn awesome. They're intelligent valves that aren't actually at the water level, won't suck things up. Okay, what am I here for? Oh, right, the Omni Wrench. I need the Omni Wrench to activate the Liquiduct. If you were watching last time, I did lose my Ender Pouch against my better judgment. Very unfortunate. You know what? That proves I have no better judgment. 'Tis life on a server such as this, that a whip will cause his own problems. There, okay. Now, if I put a lever here, and start pumping in all the short mead, is it gonna work? Yeah. Hey, and look at that! You can actually watch the liquid fill up a lot more solidly than than other things. What does it run out of? Oh, it hasn't run out of anything. It's just power hungry right now. Let's turn off the Liquiduct. Okay, so compared to the other tanks, this one does look like the technological behemoth. It's a little bit bigger than the iron ones, and it certainly looks really weird being all... Well, it only gets that blue effect when you're looking at it, but that's gonna take a bit getting used to. And the item IO will allow me to, if I want to, pump in glass bottles and pump them back out. Perhaps even the same thing. How would I do that? Well, let's see here. Filter. Item filter? How do you make this? Red doped vapor, piston, gold. Perhaps that's actually impossible. Because I'm thinking... No. I can make this the output. You know what? If there was a time that I wanted to automate short mead, it wouldn't be now, because nobody cares. And in fact, I don't even think short mead really does anything. I just want to be able to store this stuff. But if I could make a system where you push a button, your glass bottle goes down into the tank, gets refilled, and gets sent back up to you, that would be pretty cool. In fact, you could probably just use even an item tesseract, perhaps, instead of pipes all over the place, because obviously in this tank room, having pipes all over the place is already what we have. There's way too many pipes here for me to add more pipes. No, that might be simple. I just go in through this wall, carve it all out, add in another item IO, add in a couple item tesseracts, and then you could put something in the chest, it'd refuel it, and... Hey, you know what else? Maybe if I had several, I could even do milk. Well, I don't know how to automate milk just yet, though. But if I had one item tesseract hooked up to many different machines, would it screw up? Like, would it attempt to put the glass bottles not in that tank, but in whatever other thing I had it hooked up to? Personally, I've never worked with item tesseracts before, or liquid tesseracts, or energy ones. I just know that some of them have kind of a loss, so that's why I was like, I don't want to lose things. Why would I ever want to lose things? That sounds very unfortunate, you know? Again, though, I sound like an awful min-maxing jerk, which is not what I am. Nope, I'm flipping. That is a lot of short mead. How much is that anyway? 21,000. Does that mean there's 21 buckets in here? Like, if you assume that one bottle of short mead is a bucket worth, because bottles of water are equal to buckets, does that make sense? I'm a little bit confused as to the Feed the Beast liquids and sources and things. I'm sure it's all fine. I don't need to question this. Nope, it's going good. And if you've been following the live stream that happened on Thursday, let's see if I can grab these before they... No, which... I don't even know which ones were breeding. But what I'm trying to do is make it so a lot of my bees become nocturnal, I guess, so that they can produce all night long. Make your own joke up if you want. But I know it's definitely the secret to having some really productive bees, to inject them with both fast productivity and the nocturnal serum, which I happen to have. But more importantly, I think we saw that right here. Yes, refined drones, and I'll just have a quick look with our beealyzer so that we can see what they are. Yep, they are both nocturnal and fast workers, so these things are producing for me both oily combs and petroleum combs. Now, I got the serum for oily bees from Knight in return for me giving him the serum for industrial. It was very nice. Very, very makes sensey. Alright. I think I need to mix resilient and cultivated to get the next thing. I could be wrong, though. I need to look it up. I'm not particularly brilliant in bees, I suppose you could say. But, so far so good. Because these, these refined ones, sorry, which I've got 2 pairs working non-stop, they create, both oil and fuel within my labs. Now, what do I need this kind of stuff for? Nothing right now, although I have noticed if I use all the extra bee machines, or in fact just the synthesizer and the purifier, in fact maybe just one of them, it drains the entire redstone energy conduit line. All of them get drained from just these machines. It's kind of sad, I guess. But I do know that the next step is getting fossilized drones, so I've gotten quite far when it comes to collecting species serums, as you can see. Quite nice, quite nice. I got some very interesting effect ones. Rainfall, slowfall... I don't even know where rainfall came from. I guess that's why it's been raining so much on the server. Somehow my ancient bees early on were able to create rain. But you know what? I've created a new machine that can do that for me, and I'm just going to show you right now how it works, because I've never actually tried the rainfall one. Dissipation charges work very well in this machine, the Rainmaker. Let's try making it rain during the night. Maybe this will force Supreme, you know, the Squatch, who's on with me right now, to go to bed, because he's going to want it to not rain. So basically, I've got it here under a glass ceiling. I don't think it even needs a glass ceiling. This thing is so amazing. Wait for it to charge up, and this is called a Rainmaker. I'm sure you guys will guess what it will do. Mainly, I have it to shut off the rain, but this also proves that I am the Weather Master. Here we go. Should happen. There we go. Look at that. And bam, it rains. I like having that kind of control. It makes me feel amazing here. Not that rain is so important, but basically, that would turn off all bees on the server if I wanted to, because I don't think there's any bee serum that allows bees to operate while they are in the rain. I don't know. I don't think so. Let's come have a look down here. So, new to this is I need to fill this tank with something. I moved my liquid green and my liquid red into green and black into tanks where you can actually see the color. And the petroleum combs running 24/7 have given me that much biofuel and this much fuel since I'm just automatically converting it in this refinery. I think that's pretty good for an episode here, guys, for it has a sneak peek for what I'm going to do next. Here's 3 more areas which I can connect iron tanks to if I need more liquid storage, which I probably will. I don't know what. And here's a giant open hole to the sky in a giant room. What's going to go in here? Well, I'm going to tell you. First of all, I need to work with some frames to create a giant 4-high sliding door, because you know what would be awesome? Having a giant 4-high sliding door, that's what. This is a lab. Labs need containment areas. And at the very least, a giant sliding door would be darn amazing. So that's what we're putting in. And after that, I've got some special blocks to work with, guys, because I've managed to create enough alveary blocks. And I believe I have some other special ones just up here. Yes. 2 mutators, yes. We are going to be using our bees, or rather, we're going to be trying to mutate most of our bees into something that we can extremely use. What is it? I'm not sure yet, but we're going to find out. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is Fwip, signing out. Ciao!